Hello, everybody, it's me, still blazed, and now I'm about to set fire to the blazed woods. One more. Bob Esponja volvió. Get the help me out. You know, I never liked how marketized, corporatized, money incentivized Minecraft has become. It's a shame. People take that Minecraft beef too seriously. Yesterday, I watched some video by some guy because he was responding to a video, and the video in question was about how new Minecraft is bad and old Minecraft is good. So the guy was responding, and he disagreed, right? And he was like, "Oh, new Minecraft is just fine." And so that all sounds normal and well and good, but the thing is that this guy took it very seriously. And even though that they were like literally only talking about like the stupid preferences over a video game, he was being like harsh as hell, and he was talking about him being a worthless human, an uncreative person, just an inferior human being and unworthy just because he said he liked old Minecraft better. Like, calm down. Like, I mean, sure, maybe his arguments were faulty sometimes, but I think maybe you're taking it a bit too serious. Like, what do you even have to stand to gain or lose? There's literally nothing. Like, it's not your job. You don't work with Mojang or whatever, so it's like you have no incentive. You have no incentive for you to like care that much in Axel Gruel unless you're doing it out of self-satisfaction. Anyway, I'm about to take another puff. That was my fifth puff of the day. Let me check my email. Yeah, Reddit. I don't know why Reddit sends me emails. I don't remember giving it permission to do that. Anyway, as you can see, I am Fiona from Fiona and Cake, but wearing a uh the Sailor Moon dress. Remember Queen Serenity? Cause she dressed like that in the show, which I guess is cool. They reference Sailor Moon in Adventure Time, which is another show I like, but you know, um, man, whatever. Remember 2011? Those are good times. Ooh, should I? I guess I should. I'll show you my main creative world. Oh man, the updated graphics are still so crazy. I've never seen my statues like this, but yeah. What is it? Right, I remember. Yeah, as for this, the last time I was in this area was I was recording another video, which is currently private. I don't know if I'll ever unprivate it, but currently it's private, and I actually wasn't high for this, but I made like a fake Minecraft tutorial because I was like presenting it like it's gonna be a tutorial to make a mansion. But when I actually started building, it's like dog shit, and the whole house is like has like uneven sides and stuff, and I just like made a really shitty house that has holes all over it. I was like, okay, guys, here's how to build a mansion, and then I would be counting the sides. I'd be because I was all like, oh, make sure every side is equal. And then I would go like 1, 2, skip a few, 7. times. Good times. Good times. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you want to see that video unprivate. Release the files and all that. Alright, but this is actually getting in the way of my Sailor Moon statue, so I guess I ought to destroy it, I mean, we have the memories, though, in our hearts, right? I know I've got the memory in my heart, so like, comment, and subscribe, and share if the memory lives on in your heart. Subscribe for more daily uploads. Is this fun? Maybe I should be a Let's Player full-time. Does YouTube pay well? They better, because the jobs don't want to hire me for some reason. Oh yeah. They say I'm the best Let's Player. I mean, I already have more decency than Sky does Minecraft. So I win in that department. These pigs cannot be defeated. Man, I can't wait to not have to break shit anymore and actually show off my world to my big friends list. I have like 130... What was it? 131 subscribers currently, last I checked. That's pretty epic. Anyway. Let's see, should I start with my first build? But we're right here anyway, so yeah. I'll show you this. It's pretty cool, huh? That's Usagi, as well as Sailor Mercury, yeah, Ami Mizuno, Reihino, Sailor Mars, Sailor Moon, Sailor Jupiter, very nice hair, very nice, all that. And Sailor Venus, as you can see, look at all the detail in her hair. Now, I didn't give them back sides, I wish I did, but the way I did this was, it was basically like copied, but it wasn't copied from actual pixel art. It was like one of those, I don't know what you call it, like stitch or yarn. It's like these little like dot things that people place and they make like, I mean, functionally it is pixel art, but like it's physical, right? Like physical pixel art that you make with these little, I don't know, circle cube things. But yeah, it was one of those. And as far as I could tell, there wasn't like any actual like pixel art version. Like it was just a physical piece that somebody made that isn't based on anything. In other words, I might just be the first person in the world to digitally copy them, right? Because otherwise it would exclusively just be that physical art piece and, of course, the pictures that were taken of it. But anyway, yeah, that's what they're based on. I'd say they look pretty good. My only thing is that I would have liked to add backs. That's the thing, as you can see with the other few here. I like to give them proper backs. I can see why I didn't, because that would be a lot of detail. And of course, I would have to take, my own liberties, which I do when it comes to animating the backs most of the time. Yeah, that's exactly what I did with all those three. So since that requires more of my creative input, it's a bit harder. Anyway, but let me show you the very first thing I built in this world, and that's this. This is Pan from Dragon Ball GT. She's like one of the three protagonists, basically. I'd say she's like the secondary main character right next to Goku in that show. But yeah, it's like in the style of those Danganronpa pixel things, which honestly, maybe they're not necessarily that good, like as a art style. But they're here, and you know what? They kind of look like Undertale sprites. You know what I mean? This looks like a Frisk variant, but yeah. And of course, this was me taking another character and then putting them in the art style of another, which was challenging but also fun. Yeah. But yeah, so all of this, it's mostly just my input. So yeah, the placement of all of these little details here, and this is hard because Pan she has a very detailed outfit, which does make her to draw. That makes her difficult to draw in such a simplistic style, because it's like, how do you adapt that much detail? Anyway, but yeah, there's her face. There's a little challenging figuring out how much hair to give her. And as for this, she wears like a bandana. And for this one, I did some, it's not tracing, but it's like directly copying. And it was, yeah, this other character, Kazuichi Soda from Danganronpa, who he has his own pixel sprite, of course, and I decided to use his hat as like the basis for, Pan's bandana. So they're basically drawn the exact same. Though I did take a liberty with this. The back side here, as you can see, it goes. Like there's a little extra flap here that has a shadow. I basically I added all that detail on my own. That was my own decision, but I'd say it worked out. I guess the only problem is that now it doesn't really look like a bandana, because in the actual show the bandana is like wrapped around her head, and so it really gets behind there too. Can't really replicate that, so now it looks more like a beanie, I guess. Which is what the original thing is based on. But anyway, yeah, pretty good. This is Goku. Yeah, I'm pretty proud with Pan. And also, look, fully modeled backpack as well. That was a neat detail. It's like an extra layer of thickness because it's an object that's on her back. Before it was just drawn on there. Anyway, this is Goku. And I follow the same principle, though his outfit was a bit easier to adapt. What was not easy to deal with, however, was his hair. It's fucking Goku, right? He has a very particular hair type. It's like the most iconic thing about him. Is the shape of that stupid haircut. You know how hard it was for me to try to adapt something like that in such a specific and frankly not fitting style? It was a nightmare, okay? It was a nightmare. Even now it's ugly as hell, but I think I at least did a good enough job to where if you look at that up and you look like that bag and you're gonna think that it looks like Goku. At least I hope so. It was so hard. Anyway, this is Trunks. He looks derpy as hell. This is something I always thought, is that I made his hair look like one of those Galaga aliens, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, oh god, and the back here, it looks so goofy. But it is Trunks, so his hair is pretty goofy. His outfit was probably the easiest to adapt, though, of course, I don't know. Like, his hair, was adapted much worse, and realistically it is a much more difficult thing to figure out here in Minecraft. But you know what? I didn't struggle with it nearly as much because I didn't really feel the need to get it right. Because what's important is the feel, right? And the feel is that, yes, this is a $30 haircut, which is what Trunks is, but it didn't really have to look good, right? Well, with Goku, it kind of has to look good because that's his entire identity, right? Did anything I just say make sense? But not. Anyway, this is a recreation of the Anju sprite from Zelda Minish Cap. I feel like it didn't get adapted very well because there just weren't very there just wasn't a very good selection of blocks to use as the colors, so it just looks weird. Anyway, there's also this little. This actually might have been the very first thing I made, actually. I'm say it says here the greatest task force in the galaxy, the Ginyu Force. And so yeah, it's a bunch of axolotls that are named after the Ginyu Force members. So here you have Raccoon, Jace, Birder, Guldo, and Ginyu. And I made sure to add the detail that Ginyu was the only true pink axolotl. You know what I mean? Creative stuff. Alright. Oh, and over here, this character here is a prototype I made. Because originally, for the Sailor Guardians, I wanted to put them into the same style that you see here of the fucking Danganronpa bullshit. So this is a little test run. This is, of course, Rei in her pink overalls outfit, and it's mostly based off of Sayaka Mizono sprite from Danganronpa. And, you know, it looks fine. It looks alright. But I am definitely more happy with where I went with afterwards. Nowadays, I'm kind of sick that I made fucking everything in this dumbass art style. Don't blame me, okay? Just don't get mad at me. Anyway, there's Kaede Akamatsu with Maki Harukala, and they have a lesbian heart between them. I like the lesbian hearts. I made it several different times with different variations and stuff. And what I'm most proud of, I did the backs for these ones too. That one is a little dorky, but this one looks really, really good from the back, and the way I was able to get this dark brown hair, like, very good. Anyway, so there's Tenko Shabashira with Chihiro Fujisaki, my baby girl. I need to protect her. No, and it goes without saying that the actual Danganronpa characters were much easier to make, because you just had to fucking Google their pixel arts and then copy them down. Man, you know, this isn't kind of fucked up that I feel kind of nostalgic for this right now. Damn. I don't even know. I made this stuff in like 23, like 2023 or 22. One of those years is when I must have made all this. That wasn't very long ago, but I don't know. Then again, she is from 2017, which was 8 years ago. Oh, right. Okay, here's the thing. These, of course, my own creations. I think somebody else also had this idea and they drew their own. And then I did a fusion between that and my own little vision. The thing is that these sprites were fucked over by an update to the Minecraft textures. I promise you, this little now here looked much, much better. Like this block here, like these are supposed to be the lines that are shaded, right? Like these are supposed to be the shaded blocks, you know, to give her hair depth. But they fucking updated it, and now they're just as bright as the regular red blocks here. And so it's just really ugly. It's just, all it means is that parts of her just have this ugly thing to it. And I don't even know what I would replace it with here. I don't know what other better block would be good here. This one? Ah, that was the exact block I was trying to avoid! This isn't good. This isn't What? Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, looks nice. Oh, but and her like, she also suffered not as badly as now over there, but Reiko here, the update to the blocks just made her look like she's this is concrete. It just makes her look like she's dusty. And you know what? I see the problem. The problem was that I specifically used concrete for most of these builds as much as I could because concrete looked the most like a solid color. Every other block had too much of a blatant texture to it, right? But the concrete was different. It was like, if you looked closely at it, yes, there was texture, but from afar, it was so subtle, right? And so it mostly just looked like a solid color. So, brown concrete here would be solid brown, red concrete would be solid red. And that was perfect for here in creative mode when I'm trying to make sprites that make it seem as though I am just using ordinary solid color pixels. But then they had to fuck it all up. Despite the fact that was so appealing was their texturelessness. Without that texturelessness, there's literally no point to these blocks being in the game. Because that's why I like them. I would never have given a shit about concrete if it weren't for how useful they were in building sprites like this. But they had to muck it all up. They mucked it all up, and now concrete is worthless. I don't even know how to get concrete in survival. And why would you ever bother getting concrete in survival? When, you can just build with any other thing. It's disgraceful. Anyway, here's the actual Sayaka Mizono. Right, it's fine. I actually struggled with this one a bit. And I definitely struggled with the back, even now it looks weird. The problem is that the hair doesn't go, beyond... It doesn't go, behind her back, which makes it look weird. I don't even know how I'd fix this. I mean, would I just have to, make that entire thing, just her hair, this entire thing, just color it blue? I don't know if that would be good, but that might be proper. I don't know. Like, comment, and subscribe what you think I should do with that. Anyway, another lesbian heart. This is Mukuro Ikusaba. Again, it's just directly based. Oh, though I did make the back. Yeah, the back was invented by me, but otherwise, at least I think the back was invented by me. I don't know, actually. Sure. I never ended up making the back for Junko here because it was too complicated. It wouldn't. Well, actually, yeah, I would have had to figure out the hair. That was that was the main reason I never bothered doing the Junko one, was just the fact that I'd have to figure out the hair, so I didn't do the back. Oh, also, there's a little custom heart here. It's a black and white one, the color of Monokuma, because they have this, thing going on. I think they're, incestuous. Anyway, another lesbian heart. This one is Kyoko Kirigiri. Specifically, there's a custom sprite that somebody made, which put the cup of noodles on it. And I decided to just go with that one instead of the normal one, because it was funny. And then here, this one, as you might notice, this is in a completely different art style. I couldn't really find, because I wanted specifically this girl, the Genocide Jack. Distasteful name, by the way, but yeah. Because in the game, only, her headmate Toko actually has the sprite, and so there wasn't one for her. And so I had to find something else that was close enough. And there was some old ass Reddit thread from 7 years ago where somebody did make one that looks like this. And so I copied it down. Who knows if that post is still even up? I may have just documented lost media. Anyway, there's a black heart between. The black heart doesn't really mean anything. I guess it just means that they are toxic or something. I mean, like, she's like evil and stuff, and like, she's not evil, but she's still kind of maladjusted. Anyway, show off my other builds. Here is a brick pyramid. This is something that I really like to make in like basically any creative world I'm on, is to make this giant like 120 by 120 brick pyramid. This is based on like a structure that used to be in the game in old Minecraft, back like before it even like had its 1.0 release, and it's like this mega structure that was just a giant pyramid made of bricks that could just spawn randomly. Yeah, I don't know. I always found it fascinating, so I made a version here in my Minecraft. You can drop in, not take damage, and ooh, that smoke. And yeah, you can fight all these monsters. Man, they have glowing eyes now? That's so amazing. Man, Minecraft's different. I remember being a little kid playing Minecraft. My biggest concern back in the day was Herobrine coming to get me. That's what was scary. And we'd play Minecraft on the Xbox 360 all the time. It's me, my brother, my cousin. Yeah. This is a Goomba. As you can see, pretty simple sprite taken from that. I guess come. Don't Mine at Night, Sky Does Minecraft, popular MMOs, Dan TDM. Those were who I'd watch. This is an abandoned project where I tried to recreate Peach's castle. And of course that would have been the bridge, and then you go up here. That's pretty bad. I actually made a pretty good one on the Switch version like years ago in a now deleted world. I made a pretty good Peach's castle. I posted it on Reddit and everything. But it really is lost media. I deleted the world and I couldn't find the old Reddit post anymore, so I liked it. I put a lot of effort into it. But now there's like no proof of its existence. Alright, this is a... You know what? Yeah, I tried to guess what that is. I don't know what it is. Can you help me out here? This ruined. Let's see, so anything else? I might have shown the entire world already. I think I did, huh? Guess there wasn't as much in here as I thought. Anyway, this is a little art room here. Here we have that. You tell me what that is, I don't know. Anchovies. All the discs. And then you got this. Oh, I wonder what's happening. It's a hidden puzzle. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The pig and the lady. You see here, this is an illustration of two lovers, okay? And then here, they're being held up. These are the people in the painting. I'm holding them as hostages. These are the skulls of two other people that I killed. I can put their skulls here and it looks badass. The pig is being treated like an animal though. Bad piggy! Anyway. A whole new world. A whole new fantastical place to be. Where? Oh shit. Well, there goes the minecart. When you play Minecraft, when you play Minecraft. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What's my purpose? Why am I here? Dun, dun. What the fuck? Anyway, right, Minecraft. Oh, that's how you, bro. Woman. I was wondering how to do this still. I was wondering what button to press. You mean it was the... Man. You know, the skin looks nice with this lighting. Can you believe... Like, this skin was released a while ago. Like 2016, 2018? 2018 at latest, so... I mean, that's still like 7 years ago. Back then, all the way back then. I made the skin, they put it in Minecraft. Actually, well, yeah, it could have been 2018. Anyway, but, no, it just looks better than ever. Man. Adventure Time started in 2010. Adventure Time was a show that I was watching. And I feel like, I don't know, I mean, as far as Western cartoons go, I think Adventure Time releasing in 2010 was just like the perfect like encapsulation of the cultural shifts between the 2000s and the 2010s, at least in American culture, you know, US culture. Yes, God, it just perfectly embodies like everything that 2010 stood for and like those pop cultures, like that exact type of humor, that exact like style, that exact like portrayal of the world itself. It's so 2010s. It's right up there with fucking Life is Strange, bro. Woman with Life is Strange, woman. It is the white world in that moment. I don't really know what the aesthetics of the 2000s are though yet. Skibbity toilet. It'll be obvious in hindsight. I remember when it was the 2010s. I was like, man, I don't know how to describe the like aesthetics or trends of this decade because it's like everything is just normal, right? But then as time goes on and you can see things change in real time, you start to notice what things were like before and specifically what was going on. Because, you know, hindsight is 2020 and all that. But this time, my hindsight is on 2020. So we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. And since, well, right now is 2035, so... I mean, if you're smarter than me, you can probably already summarize what the aesthetics are of this decade, but for the average Joe, I say give it 5 more years and it shall become apparent. Anyway, that was me, and thank you for watching.